Hi folks. Well, it is a beautiful day, so I thought I'd work outside today. I'm going to see if I can cut these stalks into something that we can turn into a musical instrument. These are the ones I found down by Guelph, down by the Speed River here in Guelph. And I put a fresh blade in my X-Acto knife here. Now, this is obviously one that any adults would have to do if you had a task that you wanted to do that needed something as sharp as a razor. That one's one for an adult. Do not do that one on your own. But I'm gonna see if I can give this a go here. Okay, I've got my cutting board, and my guess is if I look at how long, like I can see that this section would go from here all the way to there. That's going to be quite a long section, maybe longer than this section here. I'll try cutting this one first and seeing if I can get any sound from if I blow across it. Can I cut through this? Oh, I'm cracking it. I'm breaking the whole thing. I felt that crack. Look at that. Can you see it? That crack right there just showed up. So maybe this isn't the way to go. I'll try another cut here. If I go slowly sawing it, rocking it back and forth, will that do? Have to see. Notice I'm keeping my fingers at least a few centimeters back. Oh, okay. So I did get a fairly clean cut. I crushed it a bit up there, but let's see. If oh, it does make a little bit of a tone. I wonder if I blow across it, will that do anything? Hey, first try. Okay, well, we're on to something here. All right. Well, maybe I'll try cutting the next one. It was that rocking motion that I had success with. Oh, I almost broke my blade off there. Maybe I'll use a little less blade. And, oh, got another one. Now this one, you can see I didn't really get it straight across the top. I wonder, try again. We've got another winner. Ooh, two different tones, slightly different. Two different pitches anyway. Okay, well maybe I'll shorten this one up and see if I can get two very different pitches. I might need a different way of cutting these. Because you can see my blade has no teeth on it. It's just a razor blade. Well, it's razor sharp, not meant for shaving. But, yeah, oh shoot, I kind of crushed it. This stuff isn't all that strong. I was hoping I could just cut straight through. Let's see. There we go. All right, okay. I'm gonna go get some more. I'll be right back. Well, I was successful in cutting several of these. The only trick, see if you can figure out what the problem is now. I got this one. This one. Okay, so that's two different pitches. But I've got these two. They're almost identical in pitch. They play almost exactly the same note. So I really want to cut one of these shorter because I found that the shorter ones, right? It's a little bit smaller around, and it's definitely, here, look. It's definitely shorter in length, and I can't figure out which makes the most amount of difference. But there's no question this one plays a much higher pitch. So since I've got these two, and they sound almost identical, so my thought is if I cut one down, if I cut one shorter, that perhaps it will play a higher pitch, and then I can, if I can learn how to do that, then I have control. I can start to decide what note these will play. So lucky for me, my father gave me this tool a few years ago. It's not a dentistry tool, but I know it does look and sound like it. So I'll put on my safety glasses. And I'll choose one of these to cut down. I'll try and cut this one. And this seems to cut a lot better. It cuts way better than that knife I was using. All right. Hey. That is a small difference. So maybe I can start to choose notes for these. All right. Hey, I got an idea. We're going to take these down to the piano and see what notes they actually play. Okay, we're down here at the piano and we've got some sounds, so let's figure out what note this plays. Okay, that note there we call an A. I brought a pencil so I can will this right. Oh. It won't. I'll be right back. I went and got a marker. This should work a little better. So this. Yeah, that's an A. This one. It's a little bit flat, but this is a G. Okay, and I'll go through the rest of them. I don't want to bore you with this. I'll go through the rest of them and then we'll figure out something. Well, after trying all of those stalks that I cut, they're all almost the same note, except for like this little skinny one. But the rest of them are all sort of the same note. So what I thought I'd do is I'd try something really different. Boy, this stalk here is much, much bigger around than this one. And I'll see if that makes any difference. It reminds me of the tubing on a tuba, right? The largest wind instrument that we have, the tubing, the brass pipes that it's made of, they're much, much larger than on, say, a trumpet, which is much higher. So I'll cut this one off and we'll see if we can get any different kind of sound. Okay, well, I cut it off. Do you ever have a time when you're trying to make something? You're trying to make something you've never made before. You have no idea how it's going to go. That's me right now. So I've got this small tube, and now this large tube. So it's clear that they make very different pitches. I'll grab another one and see where we're at. I'm hoping we have a high, medium, and a low. High, medium, low. Okay, so there is enough difference. I can see that might be able to do something with this. Well, I don't know. I thought I'd go something really different. I have this super big one. This is the biggest one I've got. With it's got the lowest pitch. Although sometimes I'm finding it hard to hit. There we go. But then this little one with a very narrow, what we call diameter, that's the distance across the pipe. This one I find really hard. I can't get a tone out of it. Unless I turn it right in. Yeah, but that's too high. That's too high for what I want to do, and it's too hard to get. I don't know how I could play that as an instrument. Still figuring things out. Put on my bug eyes, do some more cutting. Okay, so I found that something here worked. Look at this. If we call this one Do, Do, and you count up to this one, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So. Listen. Re, Mi, Fa. We're getting somewhere. Okay, if we call this one Do, this might be Re. Do, Re, Mi, Fa. Okay, I just need two more, and we've got the first 5 notes of a scale. Okay, watch this. This is how I'm tuning them. I'm tuning them not just, I don't have any control over how big around they are. I have some control over how long they are, but when you look at this stalk, can you see that there are these natural dividing lines? So those natural dividing lines, that's what this part is at the bottom. Right? That's a natural kind of a stopper. Can't do anything about that. But I need this to be just lower than this. So my guess is if I cut this one down by about 1 centimeter, it'll start to make a difference here. Okay, here we go. Let's give this a try. Put on my safety goggles and see if I can cut this down just the right amount. I only cut a little bit off. You can always, the thing is, whenever you're cutting things, you can almost always cut more off. It's really hard to add it back on. If I cut too much, I'd have to start this one all over again. Okay, so Do, Re, Mi. I want this one to be, can you hear it in your mind? It should be Fa. Here comes. That was luck. That was luck. The fact that I cut it the right length was luck. A lucky guess. And then So. But luck, I'll take. That's good. All right. We're going to put this together. I figured if I was going to play this like an instrument, I'd like it to be kind of in a straight line like a pan flute. But when I put an elastic around it, they all just bunched up in a circle. So when I look closer at the pan flute, they seem to have something along it to help keep it straight, like a stick. So I thought I'd give that a try. And we'll see if this works. Yeah, you know, doing this makes me think that, I mean, when the first ever humans, or people who are walking on 2 legs, they might not even be called humans yet, really, but when the first ones started doing things with sound, they probably had no word even for music and no idea why it was that they wanted to be able to control it and make changes, but something about it said, I want to try. And so I feel kind of like I know what that feeling is, because right now I really want to try. I want to attach these together like one of those pan flutes. I'll put a picture of a pan flute up, and I think this could be cool. There are all these different kinds of beautiful pan flutes. And then I found out when I did a little bit of digging around, the pan flute is actually, it comes from about 5,000 years ago. They started making them 3,000 years before the Common Era, so BCE. I just learned what that means. Lots of people say before Christ or BC, but lots and lots and lots of people in the world don't have Christ as the center of their religion or their belief system. So in English, this has been changed to before the Common Era. Okay, and when we take a look at it, here is what we learn is Pan is actually a Greek god, and Pan, he has the hind quarters of a goat, but a mostly human upper body, and Pan plays one of these pan flutes. Wow, fascinating stuff. And here I am making one in my driveway. Well, I got them all attached together. And it's not pretty, but it's kind of cool. Listen. Boy, it makes me want to keep going. I don't have time to. I have to go and make dinner. But listen to this. All right, folks, that's it for me for this week. Hey, the most important thing about this is you folks are tremendous at asking, what if? What if? What if we tried this? What if we tried it that way? What if we did this a little bit differently? And it's so important. The curiosity is a real sign of intelligence. And it is very important to always keep asking that, what if? All right, you take care. Have a great week.